Okay, here we go with lesson 19, okay? All right, so we are doing logs, okay? And some people struggle with logs. It just doesn't click in their brain. Who says, yep, that's me? Okay, listen. Logs are in 1010. Logs are in 1050. If I can get you to understand logs right now, your life is going to be so much better because 1050 is going to be a breeze. You're going to be like, yeah, we did all this. I'm totally good with this. I used to hate logs. All you have to know for logs is you have to know the rules and then you apply the rules. That's all you have to do. It's just a bunch of rules. Okay, so if you know the rules, you're in good shape. Okay, let's go ahead with question number 1. Determine the common log. Oh, let me say one more thing. Freeze for 2 seconds. Sometimes I'll give a quiz or a test, and I'll say to myself, this person is so confused about logs. I wish I could start over with logs, and I know I could get him to understand it. This is where I would start over, right here, this lesson. So please pay good attention, because today is like the foundation of logs. So we really got to make sure you're good today. Okay, here we go. Find the common log. I think this first example is really kind of silly. I've never seen this on anything. All you do is write it as a base of 10, and then the exponent is the common log. So this answer is a 4. Okay. Question B, 10,000 is the same thing as 10 to the 4th power. And so that common log is also a 4. Okay. Question C, do you see how small that number is, you guys? That means your base is going to have a negative exponent because it's small. So what you do is you take that decimal, guys, and you move it over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You move it right over so it's just behind the 1. So that would be a 10 to the negative 5th. Therefore, the common log is a negative 5. Okay, I don't think you need to worry about that too much. I think you do need to worry about this a lot, okay? If you don't know how to go from logs to exponentials or exponentials to logs, it's going to cause you to miss almost every single problem, okay? So I want everybody to just look right here, and I want you to listen. If you have 2 to the 3rd power, what is the base? Someone tell me what the base is. A 2, right? So we have a base raised to an exponent is equal to x. Well, I know that green b is the base. So that green b becomes the base over here. And the way you say that is log base b. So the base in the exponential and the base in the log are always the same. And then look what you do, guys. You say of the other side, so of x, is equal to whatever I haven't written down yet, which is the y. Then we have to go from log to exponential. So look what you do. You say my base is a b, raised to the other side, so raised to the y is equal to x. That's it. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. Don't go ahead of me. This is so important in logs, okay? Everybody look at that. It's obviously in log form, right? Everybody tell me, what's the base of that problem right there? It's a 5. So write down the 5. And now watch how easy, guys. You raise it to the other side, which is a 2, is equal to x. Okay? Underneath that, I want you to write x equals 25. And then I want you to cross out. Put an X through it. Don't scribble so you can still read it, but put an X through it. So don't write it as x equals 25 because it's not in exponential form anymore. So don't simplify it. Okay? Everybody look at question B. Tell me the first number I write down.
4.
A 4. Thank you so much for answering me. And you raise it to the, tell me, other side, 3 is equal to 64. This is so easy, right? Do the next one. Tell me what you write. 5 raised to the, talk to me. Second equals 25. So easy. You do D by yourself. Okay, tell me what to start with. 7 raised to the 0 equals 1. Who says I get this? See, I told you logs are easy. It's just going to keep going like this. Really, it's just going to keep going like this, okay? Okay, now we're going to go the other way. You guys, this is clearly not in log form. right? There's no word log there. So everybody write log. Look at the original problem. Everybody in the room, tell me what is my base of the original problem? 6. So that goes here. Of the other side, which is a 1, is equal to, what haven't I written yet? 0. Easy. Let's do the next one. Everybody go log base, tell me. 5 of other side, 25, equals 2. Everybody stop writing for a second. I want you to look forward, okay? I'm really picky about this because I want you to get it right on the nothing. Because the 25 is not supposed to be an exponent. The 25 is supposed to be on the same level as the log, and the 5 is subscript. It's down below. So don't let it look like an exponent or you're not going to get credit, okay? Okay, let's do question C. Everybody go log base. Log base what, everybody? 4 of, talk to me, 16 is equal to, what haven't I written yet? An X. Easy, okay? You do D by yourself. Yeah, whatever you need. Okay, everybody go log base. Log base what, guys? Tell me. 3 of, tell me, 1 over 81 equals -4. Okay, now, go ahead.
This is just kind of a random question, but what would we use logs for in real life?
Okay, so there's a couple of applications that I can tell you. You know when there's an earthquake? And the earthquake is registered in the magnitude of the earthquake. That's a log equation that you use to compute that. When you hear something, the volume, how high the volume is registered in decibels, and that's also computed by using logs. So there's 2 immediate examples I can give you. Okay, so I had some more hands up. Yes, sir.
So when you're writing it, can you put the 81 in parentheses, so it's log 3 parentheses 81, will that still be fine?
So I'm glad you said that. I wouldn't put it just around the 81 because I'm not just taking the log of 81. I'm taking the log of the whole thing. But what I was about to say was, do you see how that's kind of complicated? Like I'm taking the log of a fraction, which is complicated. So whenever it starts to get complicated, I always throw parentheses around it. But don't just do the 81. That would be a problem if you just did the 81. Okay, good. I love that comment. Anybody else? Okay, grab your calculator for me. Okay, look at part A right here, guys. So there's no base on my log, okay? It just is log of 100. Underneath this, I want you to write log base. If there's no base written, what is the base?
10.
It is log base 10. So this is really log base 10 of 100. Now I want you to look at your calculator. So the log button is on the left-hand side, second button down. What is the base on that log, everybody?
10.
It's also 10. So everybody goes log 100, close it off, hit enter, and you get a 2. So you can just stick it in your calculator sometimes and get the answer, okay? Let's do this one. Everybody just go log 2.34, close it off, hit enter. That is not a nice number. Nice, my definition of nice is it ends, right? Or sometimes my definition of nice is like a 1 or a 2 or a 3. Well, that's not nice. So they're going to have to tell us where to round. This is not the directions. So if the directions said round to 4 digits, it would be 0.3692, and you're done. Okay? All right. People get all free natural log with ln. Listen how simple. It's so simple. Okay? Everybody write down pi. Do you feel comfortable with pi? Have you used pi a lot? Tell me that. A lot. You feel very comfortable with that, right? So that is just 3.14159 blah, 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 blah. Never ends, never repeats, never changes, right? It's just this crazy decimal. You guys, E is the same thing. By the way, make the pi equal sign wiggly. What does that mean? Approximately. You guys, E is the same idea as pi. It's not scary. It's just this number that never ends, never changes, and never repeats. It's just a different number. It's 2.718, I think, blah, 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 blah. So it's not scary. Put it in the same category in your mind as pi. Not scary, okay? Do you see this log base e right there? Log base e is exactly the same as ln. You can use them interchangeably. In my class, you can write ln 3 or you can write log base e of 3, and they're both the same thing. You get credit no matter what. It's just a different way to write it, okay? Okay, so let's continue on. So write each equation in exponential form. But guys, it's an ln, right? ln is the same thing as log base e. So everybody write 5 equals log base e of x. And now I'm going to convert it just like I converted when we started. So you write down that base, which is an e. You raise it to the other side, which is a 5, is equal to x. That's your answer. That's all you have to do. Okay, let's do question B. It's in ln form. Well, let's write it as log form. So that's log base e of 64. Now let's convert it. My base is a what, everybody? E raised to the, talk to me, y is equal to 64. That's it. Just as easy as the other ones. Okay, let's do question C. Everybody write down log base e of 25 is equal to z, because those are the same things. Now let's convert it. So it's e to the, tell me, z equals 25, and I'm done. Who says I get that? Raise your hand. Great. On your paper, just off on the side, write this down. Sorry, I'm just like a little bit sick. You know when you're a little bit sick and then if you talk, you just cough, cough, cough? Yeah, where I'm at. Okay. Off on the side, I want you to write ln e of 4. Right, like y equals ln e of 4. Does the ln have a base of e? Is that how you write that? No, that is, people write that, and that's not correct. What is correct is this. If you have y equals ln 4, that's the same thing as y equals log base e of 4, but the ln does not have a base. Don't ever write ln base e. It's just ln is the same as log base e. Who says gotcha? Okay, great. Let's keep going. Now we're going to do the same thing, but the other way. We're just going to write it in log form, okay? So everybody write down log base. Base what? Every person in this room. Log base e of 1 is equal to 0. That answer is totally acceptable. You're going to get so good at this that you won't even write log base e. You're going to just immediately write what? ln, because ln is the same thing. I don't care which way you write it. It's the same thing, so it doesn't matter. Okay? Okay, let's do question B. I'm going to write it as a log, just because I want this to be very straightforward for you. So this is log base, talk to me, e of 7.4 equals 2. Is that acceptable? Yes. How else could we write it? ln 7.4 equals 2. Done. Okay, next one. This is what you're going to start doing. You're going to go, okay, in your mind, you're going to say, that's log base e of 16. And then you're going to say, I'm not going to write that as log base e. I'm going to write it as, tell me, ln. So it'd be ln 16 equals, tell me, x. If you write log base e, who cares? Okay? Okay, grab your calculator again. You have an ln button. It's just log base e. So everybody hit the ln button. It's on the left side, third button down. Then go 1.43, hit enter. Let's pretend like the directions said to round it to 4 digits, and your answer would be 0.3577. That's it. Next one, ln2. grab your calculator, ln2, close it off, 4 digits, 0.6931, and I'm done. Okay? All right. Who says this? So far, so good. So far, so good. Okay. Here's where people start getting messed up. Right here. So don't let it happen to you. Okay? Go like this and hook those together. And tell yourself, I have to memorize these. The reason people mess up is because they don't know the rules. I'm going to say that again. The reason people get messed up on logs is they don't know the rules. Okay, here we go with 4 rules. It's really 5 rules right here. But most of them you're not even going to have to memorize. Okay, look right here. Log base A of 1 is a 0. If you converted that, guys, look, your base is an A. You raise it to the other side, which is a 0, is equal to 1. Well, A to the 0 is always 1. That's why log base A of 1 is a 0. Over here to the side, I want you to write some examples. Okay, so I want you to write log base 7 of 1 equals 0. Log base 42 of 1 equals 0. Log base 216 of 1 equals 0. I could keep writing these forever. Log base anything of 1 is a 0. Okay? Now, I have to be careful when I say that. I want to say things correctly. It's not log base anything of 1, because can this base right here, can that be a negative, do you think? Log base negative 7 of 1? No, you can't have a negative number down there. But anyway, as long as it's fair. Okay, look at question 2. Log base A of A is a 1. You guys, if you converted it, look, you'd have A raised to the other side, which is a 1, is equal to that A right there. Well, A to the first is always A. That's why log base A of A is a 1. Okay, let's add some examples. Everybody write down log base 8 of 8 equals 1. Log base 126 of 126 equals 1. And I'm not going to keep writing them. I'm just going to say etc. If the base and what you're taking the log of match, it's always 1. Okay? Next one. This is important. Okay? This is something you're going to do a lot. Do you see the left-hand side over here, guys? See this? See this N? I want you to pull it down in front. So everybody write N times log base A of A. Everybody in the room, tell me what log base A of A is equal to. That's a 1. We just learned that up above, right? So what's 1 times N? That's an N. That's how you figure that out. So if you have an exponent, pull it in front if you're expanding it, okay? So that's one thing. This right here, this is the only one that I don't really show you how to figure it out because it's so easy. You just have to kind of memorize it. Everybody write 7 raised to the log base 7 of 2r. So do you see how I've got this base, you guys? And it's raised to the log of the same base. If those numbers match right there, then your answer is right there. So that thing right there is equal to, it's equal to 2r. Okay, so that's just a rule you're going to have to remember. Okay, this last rule right here, and then we're going to start using the rules, okay? Don't write this down for a second. I just want you to look up and listen and participate with me, okay? Look, could 2 to the 3rd ever be equal to 2 to the 4th? Yes or no? No, 1 is 8, 1 is 16. They're never going to be the same. So if 2 to the x was 2 to the 4th, then I know x would have to be what, everybody? 4. Okay, who says I understand that? Okay, now use that and apply it over here. So if I have log base 7 of 4 equals log base 7 of 8, I know that's impossible because the log base 7s are matching and the numbers aren't matching. Just like over here when I had 2 to the third is 2 to the fourth. That's not possible. So if they told me that log base 7 of x is log base 7 of 8, then I know x must be, everybody tell me, must be 8. They have to be the same, okay? Please don't ever say this. Please don't say, oh yeah, the logs disappear. The logs don't disappear. Math is not magic. Things don't disappear. We looked at it and we said the only way that log base 7 of this is equal to log base 7 of that is if this and that are the same. So x must be 8. Who says I understand what you're saying? Okay, great. Let's do 1. Try not to look at the rules. Make yourself start memorizing the rules, okay? This is so easy. You guys, we're going to fly through these. You're going to be like, this is easy, easy, easy. If log base 6 of x is log base 6 of 17, then I know x must be, talk to me everybody, 17. Okay, let's do question B. What is log base 17 of 17? What is it? It's 1. Log base a of a is a 1. If those match, it's a 1. Okay? Okay, question C. No C. Are we to 9?
Yeah.
Okay, keep applying those rules. Okay, I'm trying to solve for m. Okay, so I'm going to write m equals. I'm just flipping the sides. Don't let me freak you out. I'm just writing the m at the beginning. Then I'm going to take this 3, and remember you always pull that down. So everybody write, bless you, everybody write 3 ln e. All I did is switch my sides and bring my 3 down. Who says I understand that? Okay. But ln is the same thing as, tell me again, log base e. So now I've got log base e of e right there. And what is log base e of e, everybody? 1. You times it by 3. And what do you get? 3. That's my answer. That's all I do. So I just pulled it down. I recognized that was log base e of e. I know that's 1. 1 times 3 is 3. Who says gotcha? Okay, let's do the next one. This is just memorization. Don't look at the rules. Try to make yourself remember. Log base anything of 1. What is it? 0. X equals 0. It's just a rule. You just have to memorize it. Okay? Question C. Someone tell me what to do first. Bring your 7 down. Yeah. The sooner you can recognize, bring that guy down, the happier your life is going to be. Everybody look right here. 7 equals log base 3 of 7 times log base 3 of 3 equals r. I'm not going to put equals r. I'm going to put r equals. So I'm going to bring the 7 down and switch the sides. That shouldn't be confusing to you. It's just kind of 2 steps in 1. What's that equal to? Why 7? Log base 3 of 3 is a 1. 1 times 7 is a 7. My answer is 7. Who says I get this? Raise your hand. Remember you used to hate logs and used to think they were confusing? Who says, I get this? Let's see. See? So you get logs. We just have to keep going. We just have to make sure you still stick with me as we continue, okay? Look at question D. There's no work to show for this. It's just something you're going to have to remember. What's the answer? 7. If the 5 is raised to the log base 5, that's your answer right there. That's 7, okay? Log base 5 of 1. What is it? 0. Log base anything of 1 is a 0. These are just rules. Look at F. What do I do first? Pull your 13, right? So you have 13 ln e equals b. I'm not going to write that. I'm going to write b equals. It's the same thing. What's ln e equal to? Log base e of e, which is, keep going. That's a 1. So 1 times 13 is 13, and I'm done. Okay? Okay, G's a little tougher. ln is log base e. The person who wrote this is trying to get me to write it as log base e of e. Because if I can get it to log base e of e, then I know log base e of e is what, everybody? It's 1. So I kind of have log base e of e, only the e to the second is on the bottom. It can't be on the bottom. It has to be on the same level. So I'm going to pull it up. So I'm going to write ln as log base e, just so you can see it. Then I'm going to take the e to the second on the bottom, pull it up, and it becomes an e to the, tell me. If it's positive on the bottom, when I pull it up, it becomes a negative. Good, you guys. And I could put equals v. I choose to write v equals. Who says so far so good on this? Now what do I do? You should know we've done it like 10 times. Bring your exponent, right? So you have v equals -2 log base e of e. Everybody tell me what that's equal to. -2. Who says I get this? Give me feedback. How are we feeling? Okay, good. All right. H and I, and then we're done. H-I-J, and then we're done. And then you're going to worry about your other classes. Okay? Do this if you want to. Get it out of the way. You can focus on the rest. Whatever. It is due next time. Okay? The author of this problem is trying to get me to manipulate this to log base 2 of 2. If this said, this is important, so look. If this said log base 2 of 7, is there any way to write log base 2 of 7 as log base 2 of 2? No. 7 is not a 2 to the anything. But is 8? It is. So I'm going to write this as log base 2 of 2 to the, tell me, third. 2 to the third is an 8. I could put equals x. I choose to put x equals. Doesn't matter. What do I do now? This is now the 500th time we've done this today. What do? Bring it down. So you have x equals 3 times log base 2 of 2. Everybody in the room, what's that equal to? 3. Log base 2 of 2 is a 1, and then 1 times 3 is a 3. Good. Okay, let's do I. Everybody freeze right here and let's talk. The author is trying to get me to write it as log base 7 of, finish my sentence, log base 7 of 7. Is it going to be possible? It is going to be possible because 49 is, tell me, 7 squared. So let's write this as z equals log base 7 of 1 over 7 squared. Now, can that 7 squared be on the bottom? So what do? Pull it up. So now I have z equals log base 7 of 7 to the, talk to me, -2, right? It's a positive. You pull it up, it becomes a negative. Tell me what to do. Pull it down. So now you have z equals -2 times log base 7 of 7. Tell me what that is. -2. Good. Okay. This one's just a little tricky. Once I do one step, you're going to be like, oh, that's easy. It's the one step that keeps getting everybody. M equals log base 8 of 8. That's what they want. But the square root of 8 is 8 to the, do you remember? It is 1/2. Because the inside number is a 1 that goes on the top. That little number is a 2 that goes on the bottom. Remember, fractional exponents, right? What do I do now? Pull it down. So I have m equals 1/2 times log base 8 of 8. And what is my final answer? 1/2. And I'm done. Okay? You guys are awesome. You feel good? You guys are so smart. I'm so proud of you. Okay, so you have options right now, okay?